You've been scrolling Zillow for 3 weeks. You've watched more moving to Virginia videos than you would be caring to admit, and you've probably read every Reddit thread on moving to Lynchburg and Appomattox and Forest and wherever, and you still feel like you're missing half the pieces to the puzzle. And there's a reason for that. Nobody tells you this, but moving to Lynchburg isn't one decision. It's actually 3 distinct lifestyles, and it's across 5 different counties, and they're all pretending to be one place. And if you don't understand that before you start touring homes, then you're gonna end up in the wrong ecosystem, even if the house looked perfect online. Hey, I'm Adam Stinespring. I'm a realtor here in the Lynchburg and surrounding area. And today I'm actually going to give you the orientation for what you actually need to move here. No sales pitch, no everything is amazing here fluff, just the version that helps you make the right decision and one that you won't regret. So let's break down this region in a way that actually makes sense. With Lynchburg, there's 3 different lifestyles. When people say Lynchburg, they might be talking about the city or Forest or Timberlake or Madison Heights or Rustburg or Appomattox, all of which are completely different worlds. So let's break it down. The first one is urban Lynchburg. This is the character life. So these are historic homes, brick streets, walkability, sidewalks that maybe you want to take an evening stroll on. And real talk, there's older houses with some older home quirks. And if you love the charm and the personality, then you're gonna feel at home. But if you want modern conveniences and a flat yard, then maybe not. Number 2, this is the suburban ring, or the familiar life, as some people would call it. So this is Forest, Timberlake, parts of Campbell County, and parts of Bedford County. These are often newer homes, maybe some HOAs. There's open floor plans here, maybe some 2-car garages. You know, a lot of things you would expect from a clean and functional suburb. Now, there are also a lot of pockets of ranch-style houses, one level with a basement, brick homes. These were built around the 60s and the 70s, and there was a lot of them. There's a lot of those pockets around those areas too. Are these convenient? Absolutely. Are they probably a little bit busier, maybe a little bit louder, or maybe slightly more congested than some people would expect when they think they move here for quiet? Probably. And the third lifestyle is the county lifestyle. This is the space, and the silence life. This is Bedford County, Campbell County, Amherst County, Appomattox County. This is acreage. This is privacy. This is gravel driveways, stars you can actually see at night. And yes, also septic systems, well water, probably pretty long driveways, and maintenance that you might not have to deal with in the city. For some people, this is the dream, but for others, this is an anxiety attack disguised as a postal address. And none of that makes one choice better or worse. It just means that the wrong ecosystem might quietly suffocate you over time. Now, let me give you something that nobody really mentions, which is the topography. Topography shapes how you live your life here probably more than just about anything else, because Lynchburg is essentially a bowl where it has hills on all sides. And the James River runs smack dab through the middle of it. And an elevation change can turn a 9-minute drive into a 7-minute one without any warning. Your commute, the drainage, the walkability, your driveway, your grocery run, they all kind of orbit around this terrain. And if you don't understand the map, then nothing else in this area is going to make sense. And yes, I do have a full video that breaks down the map, the corridors, the bowl shape, and the commute quirks. That's the very next video you should watch. It'll be this video right here. But don't go yet. Let me show you where this whole series goes so that you can decide what applies to you next. If you're moving here, these are the questions that you'll need to answer. Which side of the map matches your lifestyle? Because some sides of the bowl feel connected and others feel a little more isolated. I explain all of that in the map video. The second question is what living here actually costs. So this is mortgages and utilities and taxes and septic systems, maybe HOAs. It's not necessarily cheaper, but it is going to be different. And that's in the cost of living video. The next question, if you're from Northern Virginia, is what changes when you move from Northern Virginia? It's time, space, pacing. The math is actually wild once you see it. I actually unpack all of that in the Nova comparison video. The fourth question is why people bail on Raleigh and Charlotte and they're starting to come here instead. Spoiler alert, it's honestly congestion and cost, and I have a video breaking that down as well. The fifth question, which I broke down a little bit in this video, but I'm going to do more in another video, is what kind of homes actually exist here? Not every style exists in every county, and that's an important note. The sixth question is the surprises you're not going to see on Zillow. So things like septic fields and hills, drainage, driveways, wells, and that's all going to be in the buyer surprises video. And the last thing you should question is the honest pros and cons of this area from a feel standpoint, because I would rather talk you out of moving here instead of have you move here and regret it. So here's what you should do. Watch the map breakdown video next, because once you understand the bowl and the corridors and the regional layout, everything else kind of becomes easier to understand. The next thing you should do is watch the cost of living video after that one, because the numbers really make the decision real. And then lastly, match the comparison video that kind of matches where you're coming from. Do those three and you'll probably know more about this region than a lot of people who maybe even grew up here. If something feels confusing or you're stuck between two areas, comment below or feel free to reach out. You can reach out via the link in the description. I'd love to point you in the right direction without hype or without pressure. I'm here to help. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you at the closing table.